A zombie's palm is slowly disintegrating, a scene identical to what Roberta encountered in the illusionary realm. Meanwhile, Zona's Mr. Sunshine stands silently on the side, observing the outcome of the experiment. Soon, the zombie's palm is reduced to ashes. It seems Sunshine is brewing some sinister plot. Elsewhere, Lucy is unaware of where she's being taken, when suddenly the driver is shot dead, and the car starts to accelerate. Seeing the car about to crash into a tree, Lucy quickly fastens her seatbelt and braces herself. After a violent collision, the car finally comes to a halt. In a daze, Lucy sees the car door in front being opened, leaving her panicked and at a loss.
Dad?
Their reunion happens in such an unexpected manner, but Lucy shows no excitement upon seeing Murphy again, giving him the cold shoulder, obviously blaming Murphy for not seeking her out these past 2 years. But Murphy feels wronged, having believed Lucy was dead all this time. Their relationship had frozen to an all-time low, indicating that unraveling this knot of feelings would be extremely difficult. Then, Lucy approached Roberta, who immediately noticed that something must have happened to her. Lucy, in tears, says she shouldn't have left Addie behind. They were supposed to head to New America together. Roberta quickly consoles her, asserting that Addie will definitely escape danger and find her in New America, and now they should head to a refugee camp to wait for Addie. On another note, Doc and Mueller, after scouring the campsite, find that everyone has vanished into thin air, with belongings untouched and food still cooking in the pots. Mueller finds the situation too bizarre and decides they should immediately head for New America. Doc panics, not wanting to leave without 10K, who went out to look for Red and hasn't returned. Mueller insists, pointing out that if they keep waiting, they'll all be doomed. Doc, unable to argue, stands anxiously waiting for 10K. Just then, a car approaches, putting everyone on high alert. Upon recognizing Roberta as the one exiting the vehicle, Doc urges Mueller to lower his weapon and greets Roberta with an excited embrace after 2 years of separation. Their longing for each other evident. Mueller introduces himself and another female soldier, Lily. Upon meeting Roberta and the others, learning that Roberta was also in the military, Lily gives her a respectful salute. Mueller then explains their ambush while searching for the convoy and the mysterious disappearance of all survivors, suggesting a nearby threat. The immediate priority is to head north, but with 10K still missing, Doc opposes the idea. As the argument heats up, Roberta decides to wait until the next morning. 10K arrives at the treehouse where he lives with Red, which has been destroyed after only 1 day. The scene returns to the campsite, where they notice something running around in the woods, but they can't see anything through their sniper scopes. At the end of his tether, Mueller decides to take Lily out to confront the monster head-on, while also searching for 10K. Isn't this a death wish?
Never get out of the boat.
After their departure, Roberta retreats to her tent to rest but is startled by a noise from a storage locker. She cautiously approaches and opens it. Hearing the noise, her companions rush over. Doc flings the man inside to the ground, while Murphy grabs a weapon. Doc stops Murphy, recognizing the man as a survivor also waiting to head to New America. Roberta immediately kneels to inquire about the whereabouts of everyone from the Burgess campsite. Burgess remains silent, trembling and sweating profusely, clearly terrified. With no other choice, they leave the tent to give Burgess a moment to recover. Meanwhile, Mueller and Lily search the forest for the creature. Mueller spots something behind a tree but finds nothing upon closer inspection. In those few seconds, Lily vanishes. Soon after, a strange noise echoes through the woods. At the campsite, another situation arises. Everyone grabs their guns and prepares for a confrontation, only to realize it's 10K. Having not found Red, he has returned to the campsite. Roberta and 10K embrace warmly after a long absence, while Murphy, feeling guilty for turning 10K into a blends, shyly retreats into the tent. There, Murphy discovers the terrified Burgess has disappeared. Roberta, hearing this, immediately prepares to pursue, but as one crisis subsides, another erupts. A zombified Mueller storms into the camp, prompting everyone to open fire, but Mueller seems to have mutated into an immortal zombie. The bullets did not hurt him at all, and even after the magazine was almost empty, Mueller did not do anything. Just as they're running out of ammo, Lily arrives in time to obliterate Mueller's head with a grenade launcher, finally killing him. After erecting a gravestone for Mueller, the group packs up to head for New America. Just as they were about to leave, they encountered a zombie. They unleashed a barrage of attacks with their weapons. Despite the zombie being reduced to a pulp, it still showed signs of life, making their survival even more challenging. After a long journey, they arrived at an abandoned parking lot filled with cars as far as the eye could see. Lily explained that the military called this place the Heap. At one point, a woman on the radio claimed that aliens were coming to take survivors to another planet to escape disaster. Unexpectedly, 1 million people came here. These cars were left by those survivors, who all ended up turning into zombies without ever seeing the aliens. Upon hearing this, Doc and 10K realized this was the alien episode they had encountered in the first season. Although all the zombies have left, there are still some unlucky ones stuck in the cars. As Lucy passed by, she could hear their pleas for mercy. They begged Lucy to show them kindness, but Lucy paid them no heed. Murphy, seeing Lucy still upset, felt pained and attempted to ease the tension with conversation, but Lucy quickly became angry.
What?
Nothing.
And you aren't my dad. My dad was blue. My dad could talk to zombies. My dad could feel me from across the country, and I could feel him. You aren't my dad.
Lucy's words deeply saddened Murphy, but he was powerless to change the situation. Meanwhile, Doc and 10K discussed Red. 10K mentioned they had an agreement to leave markers for each other if they got separated, to signal they were still alive. However, he couldn't find any markers left by Red. He had intended to keep searching but had to leave due to their agreement. Just then, they noticed something moving nearby. Through the scope, 10K saw a giant zombie rat, and to their dismay, there wasn't just one. Chased by the zombie rats, the group split up and ran. Lucy, unfortunately, ran into people from Zona and was immediately caught in an electrified net. Everyone soon realized Lucy was missing. As Lucy was about to be taken away, Murphy heroically dropped in and fought the Zona soldiers, but was quickly overpowered. Just in time, Roberta arrived and engaged in a fight with them. A woman took the opportunity to swing a steel pipe at Roberta. During her defense, Roberta once again fell into an illusion, where several iron towers appeared, guiding her to the east. After pondering, Roberta snapped back to reality, activated berserk mode with her shield, and knocked the woman to the ground, furiously beating her. As Lucy was being carried away by another man, Murphy anxiously followed, but ultimately couldn't catch up. Just then, Murphy noticed a suspicious bus and cautiously entered.
Behind you!
They immediately got into a scuffle, with Murphy smashing a bottle over the man's head. Taking advantage of the man's confusion, Murphy grabbed a gun that had fallen to the ground. Suddenly, zombies burst from the back seat. Murphy and Lucy quickly ran out of the bus and blocked the door, leaving the man to the zombies. After regrouping, Murphy lashed out, upset that no one came to their aid during the danger. He and 10K even got into a physical altercation. Thankfully, Lily fired a warning shot to stop the quarrel. The group continued on, but when they reached an abandoned school bus, a group of Terminators suddenly appeared. They didn't harm Roberta and the others but frantically stole their supplies, leaving them with nothing but their clothes in just seconds. They wanted to chase after the Terminators, but they were already gone. At that moment, they realized Roberta was missing. Lily, standing on the rooftop, finally spotted her. Everyone was puzzled by Roberta's recent absences, leading to a meeting where Murphy asked why Roberta kept heading east. Roberta didn't know how to answer, only saying her dreams were guiding her. The group clearly didn't believe in following a dream without purpose. With no other choice, they voted, unanimously deciding that heading to New America was the best plan. Seeing the group's consensus, Roberta had no choice but to comply with their wish to head to New America. Roberta and her group stumbled upon a zombie laden with weapons. For them, who had just been robbed, this was a stroke of luck. Now, they would become the robbers. Murphy, eager at the sight, wanted to pick out a weapon for himself. Upon hearing this, 10K directly handed Murphy a small knife.
What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Whittle someone to death?
It's not the size that counts.
Keep telling yourself that, kid.
Murphy then squatted down to select his weapon, finding the guns a bit too heavy and not suited for him. Doc suggested using cold weapons instead, which Murphy found appealing and prepared to pick one up. But Lily suddenly stopped him. She sensed something was amiss and, to confirm, peeled back the weapons to find a trap bomb hidden inside. Seeing this, Roberta instructed everyone to quickly find cover and retreat, but Lily stayed put, claiming she could defuse the bomb. Roberta, still worried, urged Lily to take cover, but Lily was already preparing to remove the bomb, leaving everyone anxious. Unexpectedly, Lily, with her expertise in bomb disposal, casually poked around and defused the bomb. Seeing that the danger had been removed, the people came out with peace of mind. Murphy, taking the lead, picked out a cane, and then everyone started choosing their preferred treasures. The zombie could only howl in frustration. Armed with weapons, the group hurriedly proceeded towards New America. The area was filled with cars, forcing them to move cautiously, unaware of where zombies might be hiding. Just as they spoke, a zombie launched a surprise attack from above. Murphy tried to fight it off with the cane, but to no effect. Instead, he was slapped away by the zombie. Lily's several shots also proved ineffective, and she too was knocked out by the zombie's blow. It was undeniable that the zombies had become abnormally strong, not only in resilience but also in strength, overpowering Roberta completely. Seeing Roberta struggling, Murphy used the cane to trip the zombie to the ground. Upon standing, Murphy discovered a sword hidden inside the cane, with which he swiftly dismembered the zombie. Everyone was astounded by the effectiveness of the weapon, far surpassing guns. After the encounter, the group continued on and soon reached the exit. However, 10K noticed Roberta was missing again, prompting a frantic search. At this moment, Roberta was heading east, having spotted the iron towers that appeared in her visions, but as she reached the base of the tower, hordes of zombies were attracted by the noise. Roberta, seeing this, cut the rope and used the momentum to ascend the tower. The zombies gathered at the base of the tower, giving Roberta a sense of déjà vu. Meanwhile, Lucy found a regular zombie to ask for directions. Upon learning Roberta's location, Lucy wanted to save this pitiful zombie, but then she noticed a bomb strapped behind it. Murphy, hearing this, urged Lucy to leave, but she refused to give up and attempted to remove the bomb, leading to a heated argument between them. At this moment, the zombies under the tower heard the argument and ran towards Murphy. Soon, zombies surrounded them from all directions. Murphy, in a panic, attempted to pull Lucy away. Lily immediately told them to calm down, while she climbed into the car alone to check the bombs. But even more problematic is that there are more than a dozen trap bombs. Even Lily found herself without a solution, suggesting they should leave immediately. Seeing Lucy still unwilling to leave, Murphy drew his sword and killed the zombie. Lucy was devastated at the sight. As the bomb's safety pins slowly loosened, Lucy still refused to leave. Fortunately, Roberta arrived just in time and managed to convince Lucy to give up her stubbornness. All of us scrambled to run away, when the zombies were also chasing after them. A second later, the bomb exploded violently. Thankfully, everyone had taken cover in time and was unharmed. Murphy, trying to comfort Lucy, was pushed away, deeply affecting him. After everyone left, Murphy lifted his clothes. He cut off a piece of meat from the zombie's bite marks and swallowed it in one gulp. Murphy must have found a way to regain his identity as king of the zombies. The group then gathered to listen to the radio. Hearing Kaya's voice, Doc attempted to contact Kaya, but the signal failed to connect. Just then, 10K noticed a zombie rat behind him and shot it with a slingshot. Approaching, they discovered it was just a Terminator holding a rat toy. Roberta suggested they leave before he turned into a zombie. After a long journey, they finally left the car graveyard. Roberta still decided to follow the direction of her dreams towards the east. After careful consideration, the group decided to follow Roberta, realizing they were a team. Thus, the group set off towards the east, pursued by zombies.
Powder sugar! Damn it!
Roberta's squad was trekking along the sweltering highway when suddenly they spotted a brand new truck parked ahead. Roberta, gun in hand, cautiously approached and carefully opened the truck door, only to find it empty inside. Doc, seeing this, voiced his skepticism. Who would abandon such a good truck here? The group pondered and agreed that it indeed seemed suspicious. Then Lucy went to the cargo area to sense around, but after a full circle, she found nothing. However, the situation was too eerie, and the group decided it was best to leave quickly. But just as they were about to leave, a bizarre scene unfolded.
No, hold your fire. Hold your fire, hold your fire.
So the war lieutenant will light him up?
No.
The sight scared everyone into turning around, only to find, unexpectedly, that the truck slowly started following them. Roberta, unsettled, gun in hand, approached the driver's side door, but as soon as she opened it, A piercing sound blared out, and one by one, everyone fell to the ground, unconscious. After an unknown amount of time, Roberta woke up inside a wooden crate, frantically pounding on it and calling out for her teammates. The next second, the crate burst open, and along with her, two others emerged. The man and woman immediately started fighting upon exit. The fierce woman grabbed a crowbar and killed the man, then noticed Roberta, but the next second, the man turned into a zombie and lunged at the woman, who told Roberta to take the keys and run. Roberta had no choice but to comply. Afterwards, the woman killed the zombie man again. After it was over, Roberta asked the woman what this place was. The woman said she had been here for a month and still didn't know where she was, only that she needed to complete tasks to survive. The woman told Roberta to follow her on missions, or they would both die here. Then they arrived in front of an elevator, their task being to clear the elevator of zombies. Roberta followed the woman's instructions to insert the key and press the floor button, but the elevator door wouldn't open. Seeing this, the woman started prying the elevator doors open, and as she did, zombies poured out, quickly overpowering and devouring her. Roberta, instead of trying to save the woman, bypassed them and entered the elevator, but after closing the door, she realized she needed the key from outside to select the floor, forcing her to open the elevator door again. As she did, the zombies turned their attention to Roberta, leaving her no choice but to deal with them. After completing the task, Roberta pressed the elevator button, but the next second, that piercing sound blared again, and she quickly lost consciousness. Waking up again, Roberta found herself back in a crate, thankfully this time with Doc. They shared their experiences, realizing they both fell unconscious after killing the zombies, suggesting someone was controlling them to clear the zombies. As soon as they finished speaking, Doc's crate began to shake violently, indicating he was being moved elsewhere. A while later, when the crate opened, Doc emerged and picked up a wrench from the ground. At that moment, the box next to him also opened. Doc turned around and found that it was 10K. It seems that this is a mission that requires two people to work together. Then they headed towards the mission site. Upon arrival, they encountered air filled with green gas, obviously leaking from a pipeline, their task being to repair it. With only one gas mask, they had to take turns breathing, complicating matters. Zombies occasionally harassed them, so they split up. 10K dealt with the zombies while Doc repaired the leak. Just as Doc finished, a zombie bypassed 10K and lunged at Doc, catching him off guard. Doc quickly grabbed the wrench and struck the zombie's head, easily dispatching it but accidentally inhaling some of the toxic gas. After killing the zombie, 10K rushed to Doc's side. By then, Doc had passed out, and 10K immediately began CPR. Fortunately, Doc hadn't inhaled much gas and gradually regained consciousness. A bit later, and he might have met his maker. Afterwards, the toxic gas began to dissipate, signaling the completion of their arduous task. Just then, the piercing sound echoed once more. When they woke up again, 10K and Doc were locked up together, and luckily everyone in the team was there. As they discussed how to escape, Lucy suddenly sensed zombies outside. This was their chance. Lucy controlled the zombies outside to open the crates. After stepping out, she discovered that the place was piled with thousands upon thousands of crates. Before she could unlock the rest for her team, the piercing sound blared again, and everyone fell unconscious once more. In a daze, Lily was dragged away by something.